I paid out over $50,000 in commission. I threw over $4,000 in cash at the event with the money gun. I gave away a $7,000 Rolex, over $6,000 to security team to hold it down. Like, holy shit, I contributed like 600, 700, 800,000 plus. On top of that, I spent like another 15,000 doing an influencer party to create promotional hype for this, all out of my own pocket. Because it's not about the money I spent. It's not me being arrogant, like saying, hey, I can spend this much money, you don't have it. It's the way spending this money made me feel. All right, so I'm finally 21 and M3 Accelerator is finally over. My goal for my birthday this year was to raise $21,000. And to be completely transparent with you, I did it because I'm like, it sounds good. And my dad always used to tell me, if you're not humble, the world will humble you. If you don't give back, the world will take back. And so that's one of my core principles, but I had no purpose, no real true meaning to donating $21,000. I didn't know where I wanted to give $21,000 to. I just knew giving back is the right thing. And after this event, man, I had a crazy breakthrough. I cried on stage. I cried the next morning. I cried like a lot during this event, which is crazy because I'm not usually a very emotional person. But I think I had a real breakthrough and really realized who I am and why I do what I do here at this event. And being able to see all these people there to celebrate that moment with me was absolutely incredible. And I think I've changed as a person for the last month or two. My goal is to make this video a minute, but I think it'll be a little bit longer. I'll throw it on IGTV with Instagram's new feature. So yeah, long story short, I finally realized why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it really meant something real to me. So I'll share the footage of what I talked about and what that meant soon. I would have been so stressed out the last few months about this event that once it finally happened and once I finally shared, was vulnerable, telling people why I'm doing this event, I immediately felt relieved, like that stress was gone. I felt like a steam was left the teapot. It's absolutely incredible. The whole next 2 days I didn't even touch my phone once before I was glued to it like this. And I was like, man, what should I donate the rest? So I donated $10,000 on stage. I threw the event in honor and memory of my best friend, my brother who passed away a couple of years ago, and is why I do what I do today. And I was like, man, my goal is $21,000. Where should I donate the other $11,000 to? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, why do I feel so great about this, but I just don't know why. And I realized Daniel goes, Joe, bro. He's like, you did donate $10,000, but he's like, you contributed way more. He's like, bro, look at what you did. He's like, and so pretty much I wrote it down because it's a lot. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that. I donated $10,000 remembering my friend. I raised $5,000 from friends and family and people at the event to go towards that scholarship as well. I paid out over $50,000 in commissions. I threw over $4,000 in cash at the event, with the money guns, just for fun. I gave away a $7,000 Rolex. And the Accelerator team, the Team X is what we're gonna call it. I'll talk to you guys about that a little bit later. We're opening up a school called the Accelerator Institute in Haiti, which is gonna be about $30,000. Then I paid small business owners. I'm not giving the money to big corporations. I wanted to work with my boys, my homies, that have companies that are starting businesses, or I wanted to support them. So I spent over $7,000 getting apparel just for people at this event so they could rock the apparel between two of my different buddies' companies, my buddy CJ and my buddy Sean and Mancini. Sean and Mancini have a company called Jersey Champs, and CJ's just a freelancer. So literally we were printing out designs and apparel inside the penthouse while the event's going on. Over $2,000 to all the drivers and people who are helping out get our speakers from the airport, off the jet, to the location. Over $6,000 to security team to hold it down, to make sure everybody's safe, make sure everybody feels good, and keep everything regulated. Another $10,000 in small business owners that we paid local people in Las Vegas just to make things happen, to get the shirt cannons, to rent that, to get the banners made. We paid over $10,000 to these small business owners, and $5K on all the rooms and all the flights for all the girls who came out and worked this event, as well as I paid for all the flights for Bali, which are $700, $1,000 plus. I'm like, fuck, I haven't even took $1 yet from the event. I haven't spent $1 yet from the event. It's not even in my merchant, it's my partner's merchant, Hardcore Closer. So I'm like, holy shit, dude. And on top of that, I spent like another $15,000 doing an influencer party to create promotional hype for this, all out of my own pocket. I'm like, fuck, man. That's why I feel so good right now. Because it's not about the money I spent. It's not me being arrogant, like saying, hey, I can spend this much money, you don't have it. It's the way spending this money made me feel. It's the way doing things for other people makes me feel. I'm like, holy shit, this is why this month I felt so great, but yet the last 3 months I've been so stressed out because I didn't realize this. And so the end result is people make more money. They can feed their families, they can put food on the table, they can pay their rent, more people win. people's bills get paid, people's brands grow, these small companies have more money, have more clients. All my sales guys and the commissions I paid out, they made more money working for me in the last 2 months than they ever did in their entire life selling things online. People find mentors, people create business relationships, people create very powerful networking opportunities and relationships. Me and Daniel are now partners on multiple different projects, and we've done over $1 million in sales between 4 different businesses over the last literally 2 or 3 weeks, because I met him because I called him saying, hey, I want you to be at M3 Accelerator. I didn't even know him. This event, what it did for me, myself too, which is crazy. It's crazy to think I got this far and didn't know that much. I got this far that didn't know my purpose. This weekend I found my purpose, and I think a lot of other people found their purpose. A lot of people came up to me crying, telling me the stories, how they can relate to my stories, saying, man, I didn't know that you struggled like that too. I didn't know you were stressed out like that. I didn't know, I thought everything was perfect for you. And they see me be vulnerable, and then they saw how much I contributed, how much I actually care about people having a good experience at this event. Because you can learn all this shit anywhere. You can find it on my Instagram, you can find it on YouTube, you can watch all these things, but the way you feel, that's the determining factor, that's the variable, that's the X factor that is gonna be like, hey, are you actually gonna win with it or not? Because if you learn the information, you don't have a breakthrough, you won't have a turning point, and you won't be successful. I truly believe, and I know that 700 plus people had a breakthrough, had a turning point inside of their career, inside of life. The whole life will be different now because of M3 Accelerator. And so I don't know when I start crying talking about this right now, it's crazy. But this event means the world to me, so I want to appreciate all of you guys who are there. We just got back right now from Vegas. All you guys who put in work, all of the ladies who helped manage everything, my assistant, my team, the content creators, the speakers for sharing that value, those principles to people, and actually giving real tactical advice that actually help people. I appreciate everybody that's supporting, and I made the decision on stage, because this was supposed to be a one-time event. I made the decision on stage, me and my team, that hey, we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna have an M3 2020. We're gonna do other things with the Accelerator brand that I'll talk about in the next coming days on social media. We're gonna fucking take this thing to the moon. We're not gonna stop riding this wave. We're gonna keep creating momentum and keep contributing, keep helping people. And I think I have the right team, the right people in my circle now that actually care for you to win. And so thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to contribute over $700,000. This event, like I said, was purely for me to find myself, while doing that, finding myself, was realizing that I need to help other people find themselves. This event was purely for me to get rid of that guilt, to get rid of that stress, to get rid of that, that bottled up feeling of not being emotional for the last few years, and honoring my best friend on stage, donating $10,000. The reason I did that is I matched how much the scholarship already was that his mom and his teacher put together. I found out about it recently. This wasn't the idea the whole time. I was gonna talk about it the whole time, but I didn't know that there was a memorial I can even donate to, because I've been so tuned in on my own grind. And I realized I had guilt because I didn't reach out to his family. I didn't talk to his family. I didn't do more. I tried to avoid thinking about him. Every time I thought about him, I'll comment on his Instagram picture. You guys can go and look at his page. There's a D_Jolls, J-O-L-L-S, 70 times the comments here over the last couple of years. But I try to keep his thoughts out of my head because it stressed me out and didn't allow me to perform. And then once I realized, and I didn't tell anybody about it, once I realized, hey, I'm gonna tell everybody about it, I'm gonna do something that actually means something to me, fuck, man, my whole life changed, man. I sat down, there's so many core principles and beliefs levels that I crushed. I'm like, I can't believe I got this far, thinking like that, keeping these emotions locked up inside of me, and not telling the world. And I told the world, and man, I had speakers coming up to me crying, my homies crying, attendees crying, and that wasn't my goal. I didn't want to make it a sad event, but I think I allowed people to, because I did that, I allowed people to actually make it have a great event. I think everybody who's there, all 700 people, would be down to go to another M3 Accelerator. So we had 700 people, and we sold out in 22 days exactly. We're making a video on the jet earlier talking about it, so we'll show you guys that. But 700 people in 22 days, we sold out. So imagine the next 12 months, M3 Accelerator 2020, we're over 5,000 plus people. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for following me. And it's back to the work.